Hello and welcome to another live play of Arkham Horror the card game here on the Theophilus Tabletop Games channel. This is the finale of our playthrough of Campaign B of the Campaign B of the Dreamlands set of scenarios. This is Weaver of the Cosmos, the finale of the B-side campaign. And welcome to it. This is a playthrough for the League of Extraordinary Investigators Season 7. It's my first time playing in the League. I'm enjoying it very much. And so far, we're doing pretty well. Things have gone really, really well on this run for me. And so I find myself in 4th place in the League at the moment. 3rd among folks who are just running one investigator. So that feels pretty good for a rookie season. I like it very much. Anyway, if you haven't tuned into one of these before, the League of Extraordinary Investigators is a competitive league of players of Arkham Horror the card game, where we run through the same campaign with different investigators and different decks, trying to do as best we can, and the playthroughs are then scored by someone who goes back and watches through them to see what mistakes we made, and we lose points for having made mistakes. And so this is the 4th scenario in this season. I'm running Leo Anderson, one of my favorite investigators, the grumpy expedition leader who seems to throw allies in front of every problem. And if you haven't been keeping up with the story so far, the situation is we have some friends who went to sleep and entered the Dreamlands, and they won't wake up. And so we wanted to try to help them, and we've gone on a series of adventures to try to help them, spurred on by this strange fellow named Randolph Carter, who has led us down through the basement of a creepy, an underground cellar, I guess, of a creepy mansion, down into the underworld, a level of the Dreamlands that we've entered in our waking bodies. And we traveled through said underworld into a sea of pitch, which we threw ourselves into. Sinking down through the sea of pitch, we now find ourselves in an odd interdimensional space, a world between worlds, where a giant spider creature is weaving a massive web. It and its followers are seemingly building a bridge between its world and ours. And so this is where we find ourselves, face to face with Atlach Nacha, the spider creature in question. And so I'm going to read the agenda and the act. We'll draw our starting hand and get off running here. So, Agenda 1A, the Bridge of Webs. This vast expanse of space is a bridge between the Dreamlands and reality, woven by a terrible spider creature that is the cause of all the distortions you have experienced thus far. If you don't find a way to stop it from completing the bridge, it will open the way for these horrors to enter the waking world. This agenda gets +2 per investigator doom threshold. Forced, when this agenda advances, do not remove doom from locations in play. Okay, so we have 7 doom +2 for 1 investigator, so 9 doom total. Our Act 1A is Journey Across the Bridge. You realize now that you are no longer in the Dreamlands or the waking world, but somewhere else entirely, a Stygian void wherein dwells the Weaver of the Cosmos. It is not just your world at stake, but the Dreamlands as well. Each location is connected to each location above and below it. Objective: if each investigator is at the bottommost location, they may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. We need 3 clues to advance. Okay, so the way this one lays out is, here's Leo. He's at the top of this this mass of webs. We have to climb down the group of webs, starting from this top location. These are drawn at random out of this pile here. Okay, so randomly drawn, and we end up at the top one, which is the Great Web Stairs. Okay, so 5 shroud, 1 clue. After this location is revealed, place 1 doom on it, which we have done. So we have 1 clue and 1 doom, and there's Leo. All right, so that is where we begin. We come down here to our draw. The deck update for between last scenario and this is that I updated both copies of Greta Wagner. She's been a key ally for us, And the updated Greta has 2 stat boosts on it, so I upgraded both of those. I also upgraded my other copy of Vicious Blow, so now I have 2 good Vicious Blows, and then I picked up a second Garrote Wire because I just really like Garrote Wire. It's a great card, and I enjoy it very much. Okay, so with all that, we have shuffled, and we draw. Oh, I forgot to mention also, I have 3 steps to the bridge in the campaign so far. So steps to the bridge give you Doom on the bottommost location. That's why there's 1 Doom hanging out down here. All right, so we begin the scenario with 2 Doom, which isn't, where you want to start necessarily. It's where we find ourselves. So let's shuffle, and we draw. Okay. Not bad, not bad. We've got the Cyclopean Hammer. This is the weapon we need. I got both copies of Garrote Wire, which is funny. 1 will be enough, so we will go ahead and mulligan the other one back. Faustian Bargain here, not bad if I have an expensive ally, because I can play it to get out the hammer and also the ally. Let's throw back the decoy, because we're not going to need that right now. I feel like these 3 might be what we keep. And then we try to draw into an ally here to help us out. Although I've got no clue tech here. You know what? We're going to need some clue stuff here early in the scenario. So we're actually going to throw all of this back and just keep the hammer. I've got to get some clue stuff. So we draw 4 cards. And clue stuff we got. Okay, Randolph boosts our intellect and helps with clues. Scene of the crime gets us a free one. Well, okay, we got a couple of clue cards, but then we got a couple of fighting cards because, well, it's what Leo does. So, okay, not bad. Would like to have seen a Greta Wagner in the opening draw here, but we'll go with what we got. Okay, so with all that, we begin turn 1. I will try to use these turn counters to keep track of my actions each turn because I don't want to take too many actions and get penalized in the league. I don't usually use them though, so if I forget, that's why. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so before our first turn starts, we will use Leo's power to play an ally, reducing its cost by 1, and I will play Randolph Carter. Now, not everybody plays Randolph Carter in this scenario because of something that's coming later on, if you've played the scenario before. But I still like it, especially with Leo, because his intellect is already 3, and with Randolph it goes to 4, and I find I can get clues on the Natch sometimes with it, which is pretty slick and pretty good. Okay, so for the moment, that is before the first turn starts, so we're still on action 1. Okay, this is a 5 shroud location, and so I'm thinking about actually going ahead and playing Scene of the Crime here to pick up this clue for free. The downside of it is it obviously lowers our resource count, and we really want to get out the Cyclopean Hammer pretty soon. I think for the moment, oh boy, first decision of the game, it's a big one. I think I play it. Let's go ahead and do it. We're going to action 1, play Scene of the Crime, and gain a clue. Okay, so we're going to get this clue off this location. And we're a third of the way to our goal. Okay, action 2 is to move. We're going to move Leo down a spot. And we find a 1 shroud location. Much better. Okay, as an additional cost to investigate this location, though, we have to either spend 1 action or place 1 doom on this location. Okay, so I'm going to try to move quick here to get to the second part of the scenario, so I'm not that worried about the doom cost. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll put a doom on it, and for action 3, we will investigate here. Okay, so action 3 is to investigate. We are at 3 plus 1 from Randolph. We are at 4 on 1. And the first pull of the scenario is an Elder Sign. Good things on the horizon, right? Only good things. Okay, so I succeed, which is great. I get the clue, which is great. We have 2 of the 3 clues we need. Okay, and then in addition to that, I get to use Leo's Elder Sign power, which is to search the top 3 cards of my deck for an ally asset and draw it. Greta Wagner here would be awesome if I can find her. Nope, no Greta, no allies, nothing. All right, that's okay. Sometimes you miss. Shuffles back up. Okay, not a bad first turn. 2 clues and an ally. I feel pretty good about it. Okay, so we upkeep. Survival knife. Okay. Okay. I can at least afford it. That's good. Okay. Then we will put a doom on the agenda. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4 doom of 9. Because this is +2. Okay. So 4 doom of 9. And we'll draw an encounter card. I'll make sure these are shuffled. I can't remember if I did or not, so make sure they are. Okay, we'll draw an encounter card. Sickening Webs. Attached to your location. Each spider enemy at attached location gains Retaliate and Alert. Investigators cannot move out of the attached location. Test Fight 3 or Agility 3. If you succeed, discard Sickening Webs. Okay, well, Leo's not going to be testing Agility anytime soon. But we can certainly test Fight 3 to get out of here. Our fight is at 4, but we've got icons to throw. So we can do that fairly easily. Steadfast here is at full power, so that would give us +3 icons to the test. We could go to 7. 7 on 3 feels pretty good. So action 1, that is what we're going to do. We're going to test Sickening Webs. I'll throw Steadfast. 7 on 3. Oof. Yeah, only good things to come. That's what Gary said. Okay, so we fail. Well, we need to move out of this location because being here is not helping us at the moment. So, I don't really want to go 4 on 3. I'm going to throw the survival knife here to go 5 on 3. Okay, so we're up 2. Let's see how that goes. Second action, whoops. Second action, test again, 5 on 3. That's -3. We fail. That's the bad news. Not attacking against the spider, so that action doesn't happen. The good news, though, is it does trigger Randolph. We get to draw 2 cards. Okay. Well, not a lot of help there. Well, still want to move out of here. still want to get on with it. So I need to try to clear Sickening Webs. Don't want to throw Vicious Blow at it because Vicious Blow is too good. Don't want to throw my Cyclopean Hammer because I need that for the rest of the scenario. Don't want to throw Scene of the Crime because that's some clue tech that we may need to get this 3rd clue. I think I just tested Bear 4 on 3 and we hope for the best. So that's what we do. 4 on 3. Skull. -X, where X is the highest amount of doom on a location in play. I think that's 1. It is 1. And so we pass. Right on. Okay, well, it took us 3 actions to do it, but we got rid of the Sickening Webs. Okay, so no enemies in play. We go to upkeep. Garrote Wire. Okay. All right. With all that, we'll put another doom down. So 2, 3, 4, 5 of 9. Okay. Encounter card. Will of the Spider Mother. Test Will 3. If there is a spider enemy at your location, you cannot commit cards to the test. If you fail, you cannot attack or investigate until the end of the round. Okay. Not terrible. Not terrible. Will is 4, plus 1 from Randolph is 5. So we're testing 5 on 3. And we fail. Man, our pass percentage not so good so far. Okay, so that means we cannot attack or investigate until the end of the round. Probably okay. We only need 1 more clue anyway. So I think we move down and look for a good location to get us a final clue. That's probably what we do. Okay, so with all that, we will take our actions. Action 1, we move. 2 clues here. When the investigation phase ends, if there's at least 1 investigator at this location, place a doom on this location. Well, I don't think that's where we want to be necessarily, especially since they have a scene of the crime. I'm not that worried about the shroud. So let's find out what the bottom location is. Action 2, we move down to the bottom location. That was weird. Huh. I don't know where the... Oh, is it there? Aha! It is there. That was strange. Okay, it should have one doom, and it should have 2 clues. So that's right. Little tabletop simulator bug there. Okay. This is the vast web. Great web, vast web. 3 shroud, 2 clues. If it is not Act 1, and there are one per investigator, so 1 in my case, or fewer clues in this location, move. Okay, so it lets us move for free if there's only 1 clue on it. If it's not Act 1. Currently still Act 1, so it doesn't matter at the moment. But this is a great place to pick up a 3rd clue and then advance. So pretty happy with that. So Action 1, move. Action 2, move. Can't investigate, so can't get the clue yet. So I think we will take a resource here because I'm going to need to get my resources back up to play Cyclopean Hammer as soon as I can after playing probably Scene of the Crime. So let's do that. I'll take a resource for Action 3. Okay, that's my 3 actions. Move, move, resource. Upkeep. Oh, Faustian bargain, so money is not going to be a problem. Okay, still want Greta. Don't have her yet. That's okay. It's all right. These are the things that happen. Okay, we get another doom on the agenda. 3, 4, 5, 6 of 9. And we get an encounter card. Oh, and it's a web spinner. Yeah, okay. I would get an enemy at this point. Okay, he's aloof. Oh, I can spawn him at any empty location. Oh, that's great. So I don't have to spawn him at my location. I can put him anywhere I want. So that's not anything at all. I will stick him right here. And in just a minute, he won't be there. So that works out very well. Okay. So for Action 1, we play Scene of the Crime. Now, here's a thought. Let's back up a minute. I could put him at my location, then play Scene of the Crime, grab both clues. But then I have to engage him and kill him, which sucks up actions. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. No, I put him where he is. We stay with what we got. Okay, Action 1, Scene of the Crime. 2 resources. And we just get a clue. Okay. So that's 3 clues. Now, let's check the act here. If each investigator is at the bottommost location, they may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. So, let's advance right now. Okay, we spend 3 clues, and we advance. And we get The Edge of Dreams. Read Scenario Interlude, The Spider Queen, and the Campaign Guide, then advance to Act 2A. Now, I'm not going to read all the fluff here, but basically what happens is our buddy Randolph turns his back on us and betrays us. And turns out that, in fact, our buddy Randolph was never Randolph at all, but in fact, Nyarlathotep, disguised as Randolph Carter. Oh my gosh, it's a twist. Not a huge twist if you're a player of Arkham Horror, the card game, because allies betray you like, I don't know, all the time. Almost every scenario except for Dunwich, I think somebody betrays you at some point. So it's just, par for the course. But Randolph betrays us. He cuts some webs. We drop down and now are faced with Atlach Nacha. He wants us to defeat this creature for him so that he can then take over the world instead. And that's what happens here. Okay, so mechanically, though, what happens is Randolph Carter is removed from the game. This is why some people don't play him for the first part of the scenario, but I find for Leo, the boosts are worth it, even though you're going to lose him, because Leo can play him for only 2 resources. It's not like you're losing a lot, so I play him with Leo, but I wouldn't play him in every investigator. Anyway. Then, after all that happens, we find ourselves trapped in Atlach Nacha's realm. We've removed Randolph. Hold on. Which one did we go to? Ran up to, yeah, that's right. He survived the descent, but the cat doesn't know the truth because we're only playing 4-part scenario. Anyway, so we're over here on the, whoops, on the right-hand side. Okay, so depending on our difficulty, we add a token to the bag. We are playing on standard, so we add a -4. Okay, extra tokens are in here. -4. So we add a -4 to our chaos bag. Okay, and it's done. Then we proceed to Sparta Queen 4. For Sparta Queen 4, this creature is close to completing its design. Its legs move swiftly. It's big and scary and really awful. We remove each location from the game except for the bottommost location, and then we assemble the giant Atlach Nacha super monster. Okay, all the rest of the cards here get discarded. Like that spider that we didn't have to deal with, which is nice. Okay, and all this doom also goes away, which is nice. So the only one we're left with is the bottom one. Okay, that doom, of course, still in play. So we'll have that for this next go-round. These we move out. Okay, I'm going to put that in the victory display, though, because I want that victory display later. These clues we can delete. Okay, Leo ends up here. And we get to use this awesome feature in Tabletop Simulator where we just hit this button and it places the whole Atlach Nacha. Watch this. Oh, slick. That's so cool. All right, so this button will rotate it, which will happen a little bit later. And this is our topmost location. It goes here. Okay, and then the other locations we deal out randomly from our set of locations here. Done. Okay. These last 4 we don't use. They just get pushed off to the side. And this is our map. Nice. Very nice. So we still have 2 actions remaining. We're here. Let's check the campaign log, make sure we did all the things. Shuffle each set-aside copy of the Spinner in Darkness into the encounter set, along with the counter discard pile. Okay. Need to do that. Okay, Spinner in Darkness goes in. Done with that. And the rules for Atlach Nacha are as follows. Wherever the legs are pointing to at the corner is where the legs are. We can attack each of the legs separately, which is our goal here, because we're going to get double victory points for each leg we destroy, and then also for the center part of Atlach Nacha. Okay, and then, yeah, and that's it. Okay, so at the beginning of each mythos, oh, actually, Atlach Nacha is distracted by its mindless task. Now is your chance. Okay, so we can spend 1 clue to deal 3 damage to an Ancient One enemy at our location. So we can spend clues to kill it, but I've got a Cyclopean hammer that works really well. So that's what we're going to be doing, using a big hammer to kill a big spider. Okay, when the Mythos phase begins, reveal a random token from the Chaos bag. If its modifier is negative, spin Atlach Nacha clockwise X times. X is the token's negative modifier. If 4 legs of Atlach Nacha are in the victory display, advance. Cool. All right, so at the moment, we're at 4 doom, still of 9. Plenty of time and 2 actions to go. This is all good stuff. All right, so our job needs to be getting the Cyclopean hammer in play and then going to town with it. So I am going to, I could play Faustian Bargain here. Yeah, if I play Faustian Bargain here, I put the hammer out this turn. So I think we do. Action 2, Faustian Bargain. I get, oh, I have to put 2 curses in the bag. 1 and 2. Curses in the bag. and I get 5 resources distributed as I wish. I'll take all 5. Very nice. So that's action 2. Action 3, I spend 5 resources, and I pull out the Cyclopean Hammer. Most broken asset in the game. I love it so much. I'm going to play it until we get a taboo, which I'm sure is coming soon. Okay, that's action 3. Let's play the hammer. Right, so this is where we find ourselves. Just the one big enemy in play, so no enemy phase. We go straight to upkeep. And I get a lone wolf. All right, don't mind that. And I said 4, right? 3 plus 1, 4 of 9. Okay, so now we go to 5 of 9. And we draw our encounter card. And it's a swarm of spiders. Oh, you know what? At the beginning of Mythos, I almost forgot. But now I remembered. At the beginning of Mythos, we have to draw a token and rotate the big spider mama here. So let's do that. Okay, so we draw a token. It is a 0. So not a negative modifier. She does not move. All right, back to the swarm of spiders. Okay, swarm of spiders on us. Swarming 2. So that means 2 of my cards go to the swarm. And this should be fairly easy for us to deal with right out the gate. So let's do so. Let's squash a spider. Action 1 will be to hit this spider with our Cyclopean Hammer. Okay, so we get to add our will to the fight for this, because that's what the hammer does. And we deal +1 damage. If we succeed by 3 or more, we deal +2 damage, which would kill the whole thing of spiders, which would be sweet. Okay, so we're going to hit it for 8. 8 on 1. Here we go. Action 1. Wow. Okay. Well, that's fine. Just sucking up actions pretty much is what's going on. So we do it again for action 2. We're going to hit these spiders. Action 2. That is -3. Okay, so we go on to 5. 5 on 1. So we succeeded by 4, which means we still get the +2 damage. So it does 3 damage to the spiders, which kills all the spiders. Okay, so we get our cards back under our deck. That were our swarm cards. This goes away. Now, though, we don't have enough time to move and also hit a leg. That's a bummer. So we're going to hang out, wait for the thing to spin, and see where it ends up. Action 3, I'm going to play Lone Wolf. For 1 resource, we put it out there. We're going to generate some resources, and that'll be a good thing. Okay, so that is our 3 actions. We're done. No enemy phase. We hit the upkeep. And we get a perception. 6 of 9. 5 plus 1, 6. Yep, 6 of 9. And, oh, before I do that, see, look at me, look at me, look at me. Top of the Mythos phase. Before I put the 6th Doom on there, we need to draw. It is a 0. So she once again does not move. Okay, 6 of 9 and counter card. Caught in a web. Put caught a web into play. In your threat area, you get -1 agility and cannot take more than 1 move action each round. Well, guess what? Leo doesn't care too much about that. There are times in the scenario where it's important to move fast, so if I get a good chance to clear it, I'll do that. But for the moment, moving 1 location is not really a big deal. So right now, I'm okay with it. But later on, this might be something we want to clear. And I do have some agility icons down here with decoy that could be used, so there's possibilities. All right. Well, as our turn begins, we get a Lone Wolf resource, which is nice. We are going to smash a leg is what we're going to do. Okay, so for action 1, we're going to move from, yeah, we're going to move. Action 1, we move. Okay, Cosmic Web. After you enter this location, test Will 3. If you fail, you must either choose and discard 1 card from hand for each point you failed by, or place 1 Doom on this location. Okay, so we move in and we have to take a Will test. That was action 1, was to move. All right, so we're 4 on 3. Did I say 3? Yeah, 3. Okay, 4 on 3. We have to discard cards if we fail. I'm not too worried about that. Unless I get like a -3 here. That would be a bummer to fail it 4 to 0. Otherwise, it's probably fine. Okay, so we're just going to test it. 4 on 3. -2. So we get down to 2 on 3, which means we failed by 1, which means we have to discard 1 card. In my case, I'm going to ditch the perception because I don't need clues for the rest of the scenario. Not really. I can just smash a spider with a hammer and it works out fine. Okay, so that's action 1. Action 2 are currently at the location with these spider legs right here. And we're going to smash them. So spider legs have 3 life, and their X fight, which is the shroud of the place we're at. So we're at a 4 shroud location. That part's kind of a bummer, but for we have a hammer, so we may have to hit it a couple of times to clear this out. Okay, so we're going to swing on the spider leg at 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay, so we're going to try to hit this thing 8 on 4. Okay, so 8 on 4. -1 makes it 7 on 4, which means we succeed by 3, and we get to deal the +2 damage. Now, there's some discussion about this card and the wording of it because of the non-elite clause that's in there, but MJ Newman herself has said that the wording on this is meant to be, the non-elite is meant to apply to the moving of enemies locations away and not the 2+. So you do get the 2+ damage on even elite enemies if you succeed by 3, and that's going to show up in the next FAQ. So, good news for us. We deal +2 damage, which is 3 damage total, which is enough to put this in the victory display. Nice. Okay. We smash the legs. Super good. And now we got to wait for another leg to come to us. So for action 3, I'm going to spend 2 resources and play the garrote wire because I like it. Okay, with all that, we go to upkeep. Hey, look, another perception. Okay, and oops, I remembered this time. At the beginning of Mythos, we are going to draw a token. It is a skull. Its negative modifier is currently 1. Okay, so Atlach Nacha is going to rotate 1. It says 1, we hit rotate, and it turns. Isn't that cute? So cool. Man, oh man. Props to Tika Toy, who's the one of the key developers on this particular app on Tabletop Simulator. It's so cool, and I appreciate it very much. Okay, so we did that. We have to do the rest of Mythos now, though, which means Doom. Okay, 6, 7 Doom, but remember we get +2 Doom on this, so 7 of 9 currently. Oh, guess what? Ancient Evils, which means 8 of 9. Sweet. Okay, back to us. We're in a situation now where moving 1 location and smashing a leg is an entirely viable option. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move 1 back to here. That's action 1. Action 2 is to use this here hammer. Our current shroud is 3, so this leg is a 3-fight leg. Okay, so we're going to swing with a hammer for action 2. Oh, you know what? I forgot my Lone Wolf resource. Let me grab that right now. Yay. Okay. Action 2, we swing with a hammer on this leg. 8 on 3. Okay, -1 hits it. We succeed by 3 or more, which means we get 3 damage on the leg, and it goes to the victory display. So up until now, my most successful run at this particular scenario was with Leo, but it was with the bar. I used the bar rifle, the big, awesome rifle, to just pluck off legs one by one with Leo and crush the scenario pretty quickly. I think hammer is even better because, man, oh man, you don't miss. You just don't miss, and it's so good. It's just so good. Anyway. Okay, so we moved. We hit a leg. We can't move again. We have to hang out here. I think the thing to do is to draw a card, because I still would like to have Greta Wagner out as an ally to help me with, soak and extra punching ability and stuff like that. So I think I'll draw for action 3. Flashlight. Well, that'd have been good in Act 1. Not so good right now. Okay. With that, 8 plus 1 is 9. And, before we do that, every time I forget and then remember. Did I even upkeep? I didn't even upkeep. I'm a mess, I tell you what. Okay, I'm going to upkeep now. Hey, there she is. Sweet. Okay, now I've upkeeped. Now we need to draw to spin the spider. And it's once again a -1, because the highest doom on a location is 1 right now. So it's going to spin 1. Sweet. Which once again puts a leg right here, 1 location away from us. See, it's working out. Things are awesome. But not super awesome, because this now advances. 8 plus 1 is 9, which advances the agenda. And we get the backside, a breath of fresh air. There is no air in this interdimensional space. Even in the bleak pits of the underworld, you sensed cold wind coiling through the depths, or warm, noxious gas rising from the sea of pitch. But here, there's nothing. No air, no atmosphere, no life whatsoever, save for you and the spiders whose work nears completion. Just as you are contemplating how anything can exist at all in this awful world between worlds, you hear a sound like the stretching and tearing of fabric. Then a rush of billowing air erupts all around you, filling the vastness of the realm like dust in a vacuum. This wind must be coming from somewhere, and that can only mean one thing. Worlds are starting to merge. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Sweet. So we take these 2 cards, shuffle them back in so we can draw Ancient Evils again. Reset this counter to 0. And read our new agenda. A Trail of Twists, Agenda 2A. In this void between realities, there can be no hope or joy, just the ceaseless toiling of spiders performing their great work, closer and closer to completion with each passing moment. This agenda gets +2 Doom threshold. When this agenda advances, do not remove Doom from locations. So here we have 11 Doom, and we're still trying to get all 4 legs into the victory display. Okay, so we've shuffled the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. We get to draw an encounter card. I was joking about drawing Ancient Evils again, but there it is. So, boom. We're now 2 of 11 Doom. And it's back to us. Now, we want to, as our turn begins, this is when our turn begins, we get Lone Wolf. And then after our turn begins, we get to play an ally. So, we get to do both. We get the Lone Wolf resource. Then we get to play Greta for 4. Which is a steal, because she's +1 fight and +1 intellect, and then of course she can get you clues. It's pretty handy. Okay, so action 1 is once again going to be to move here. Okay, so we move for action 1 into Prison of Cocoons. 4-shot location. Forced after you enter this location, test agility 3. Yeah, we're going to fail that. If you fail, you must either lose 1 action for each point you failed by, or replace 1 doom on this location. Well, that's probably going to be a doom on the location, because I want my actions to smash a leg. But we still got to take the test, because other bad stuff can happen when we fail a test here. So it's agility 3, and guess what? Because of caught in a web, our agility is -1. And Leo's not very agile to begin with, so our agility is 0. Okay, so we're testing 0 on 3. We do get an Elder Sign, which is +2, which if we weren't at 0 would pass us the test. But it doesn't. We come up just short at 2 on 3. Okay, so we fail the test. However, we still get to search the top 3 cards for an ally and draw it. So we will do that. Nope. No allies to be found. Okay. No problem. They're in there. We're just not seeing them right now. It's okay. So we failed moving in, which means we can either... Oh! We only failed by 1. So we can just lose 1 action and not put a doom on the location. I think I like that better. Because I think I only need 1 action to smash this leg. I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, you know what? Maybe not, though, because this is a 4-shroud location. I might need 2 swings to bash the leg. Yeah. I don't know. This is a tricky one. Because if I smash the leg, everything's great. If I put a doom out to make sure I get 2 bashes of smash in the leg, I'm actually losing 3 actions. So I can either lose 1 action or 3 is pretty much what the choice is here. That's kind of rough. I think... Wow. Well, I do have the other option, of course, of Vicious Blow. This is in my hand. I can throw this into the test to try to pass and make sure I pass and I do extra damage in case I get, I just barely pass. So I've got options. I think I just lose the action. Let's do that. So action 1 was to move, and I lose action 2 because of failing the test. So I've got 1 action to try to smash this leg. I am swinging at 9, but I need to pass by 3. Yeah, I go ahead and commit Vicious Blow. Let's just do it. Let's just overcommit and make this thing just obnoxious. So we're at 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 4 will is 9, plus 2 is 11. Okay, so we're swinging 11 on 4 for this attack. Okay, minus 2 for the curse. So 9 on 4. And then another Elder Sign. So we're back up 2, so it's back to 11 on 4. Okay, very good. We'll go ahead and remove that curse from the bag, so there's still 1 in there. We do all the damage in the world to this poor leg. It is super duper smashed and goes to the victory display with the rest of the legs. And we once again get to search the top 3 cards for an ally asset. Man, we've drawn a lot of Elder Signs and a lot of Tentacles in this game so far. I'd rather it not be quite so swingy. No ally. Put them back. Shuffle it up. And that's our 3 actions. We're done. So, oh, you know what? I had Garrote Wire. I didn't need to overcommit to that test. Because even if I only hit it for 2, I could then Garrote Wire it for free. And probably hit 7 on 4. Ah, rats. I had a chance to use Garrote Wire and didn't do it. Well, hopefully another chance will come later. We'll see. All right, we're upkeeping. We get an evidence. And 1... Oh, before... I remember that time. Before we do the rest of Mythos, we get another skull, so it's still 1, right? Yep, still 1. So it rotates 1. Man, I have been very lucky with these rotations so far. Nothing has over-rotated. It's just been 1 location away every single time. This has worked out really, really well. Surprisingly well. Strangely well. But we'll take it. So, oh, you know what? I didn't use Greta there. That's okay. That's too far back now to redo it. So I could have used Greta to get a clue. I won't. I don't really need them all that much, really, and I'm happy to have the extra soak, so it's fine. Okay, so we moved it. We got to put Doom on the agenda. 2, 3 of 11. Plenty of time. Encounter card. Ancient Evils. Tell you what, that's funny. So 4 of 11 now. And we get to begin our turn. When our turn begins, we get a Lone Wolf resource. I'm starting to think about Caught in a Web. Because we're in good shape in terms of fighting now. We're at 5 fight. to clear it. I would like to have like one more asset to, or one more icon to throw in it though before I try. So yeah. So at the moment I'm not clearing it. So it's fine. It's fine. We got a job to do. Our job is to smash spider legs. Let's do our job. So action 1, we move. 1 shroud. As additional cost to investigate. I have to either spend an action or place a doom on this location. Okay. So we'll move here. We're lined up with the spider leg again. It's at 1, everybody. This is a 1 fight leg. How awful is this going to be? We're just going to swing on it. 9 on 1. Oh boy. Here we go. 9 on 1. We succeed 8 on 1. And we put this leg in the victory display. It's almost unfair, really, isn't it? And with all the legs in the victory display, our act advances. Oh, before I do that, I want to make sure I flip this counter. We moved, we hit it, and we have 1 action left. Okay, so the Queen's Wrath. Having severed the wretched spider's legs and unraveled the webs it stood on, you hoped that this would send the thing careening into the endless void below. But as it falls, more thin, jagged legs erupt from below its abdomen, and it grips onto a nearby platform, just barely catching itself. The horrible maw, which extends down the length of its worm-like head, wrenches open. From it emerges a screech like 1,000 nails on a chalkboard. Flip Atlach Nacha's center card over to its enemy side. Place it at the location with the most doom in it. So we flip the center card to the enemy side. She's only 4 fight, which is not much when I have a hammer that swings at 9. She's 4 per investigator life, which in our case is just the 1 investigator, so it's only 4 life. Massive. Forced when Atlach Nacha leaves the location if there are no investigators at that location. Place 1 doom there. Otherwise, it attacks each investigator at that location. After you evade Atlach Nacha, instead of exhausting it, choose an investigator at your location. It cannot attack the chosen investigator this round. Okay, so it sits here because it's the location with the most doom on it with 1. And we get this as Act 3, the scheme's demise. You are the last line of defense against the creatures that scheme to devour your world. Spend 1 clue, deal 3 damage. Forced, when the Mythos phase begins, reveal a random token. She moves, and if Atlach Nacha is defeated, advance. Okay, that's where we are. So she's going to run around dropping doom everywhere. We are, unfortunately, behind her in a clockwise direction at present. Don't love that necessarily, and I don't know where these locations are either. We'll have to see what happens. I've already moved a location this turn, so I can't move again. I think I actually do try to pass caught in a web, because I'm going to need to get on my horse and move a little bit more than I have been so far here. So let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah. Yep, let's do that. So we're going to test 4 on 3. I have no icons to throw to. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 on 3 with Greta. 5 on 3, no icons to throw to it. Let's see what happens. This is action 3. All right, we fail it. That's fine. It was worth a try. Upkeep. Hey, it's our friend the Stubborn Detective. He has found us even here at the World Between Worlds. I guess he came through with that sucking wind from our side to try to arrest us here in the Stubborn Detective. And so he engages us. While he's at our location, we treat our investigators' box as blank. So we can't put down allies. We don't have any allies to put down anyway, so joke's on him. At the beginning of Mythos, we draw a token. Skull. So that's going to be 1 location. She's only going to move to here and drop 1 doom on 1 location as she leaves. All right. Then regular mythos. We got 2 down here. 3, 4, 5, 6 of 11. Encounter card. Grey Weaver. All right. Well, now the scenario is going to boost our difficulty just a little bit for us. Nice. Give some allies to fight. Well, Atlach Nacha makes her way around the circle. I guess. I guess that's what we got going on. So, as our turn begins, we get our Lone Wolf resource. And then we get to swing in on some fools. First thing we'll do is smash this Stubborn Detective with our hammer at 9 on 3 for action 1. Okay, we beat him and do 3 damage to the 2 damage guy, so he's gone. Then action 2, we're going to swing on this Grey Weaver. This time 9 on 4. That is a 0, so we're going to do 3 damage to the Grey Weaver. And then, not quite in garrote range, unfortunately, so we'll swing again with our hammer, now 9 on 4 again. Elder Sign. I've been very lucky with this bag this time, and I know it. Okay, so that finishes the Grey Weaver on action 3. It goes to the victory display. Yep. So 3 actions of killing enemies, and our turn is done just like that. I will go ahead and play, oops, no, that's right, evidence to grab this clue, and I will also use Greta Wagner and deal a damage to her because I can get a clue at a connecting location. I'm going to grab this one. I don't have to do that, but I'd rather have a couple clues just in case at some point. Okay, that is the end of my turn. 3 actions, no enemy phase. We upkeep. Second Cyclopean Hammer. Can't dual wield, unfortunately. Beginning of Mythos, we draw a token. 0. No Atlach Nacha movement this time, but I can't run 3 locations right now anyway, because of my problem, my web problem, which the hammer might help us with, so that's good. All right, we are at 7 of 11 doom. Card. The Spinner in Darkness. Attach to the nearest Ancient One enemy. Attached enemy gets +1 damage and +1 horror. Test any skill 5. If you succeed, discard the Spinner in Darkness. Okay. So this attaches here, and she will do an extra damage and horror every time that she hits us. We don't want her to hit us, not very much. Okay, so we did all that. Back to us, beginning of our turn. We need to get rid of this caught in the web. Now's the time. So we're at 4 plus 1 from Greta is 5. I'm going to throw the Cyclopean Hammer to go 7. 7 on 3. See, now I'm just getting spoiled. This is crazy. Super crazy. Flip a card, search for 3, which I don't think I did last time. We'll pull Greta for the icons. Happy with that. Okay, action 1, we got rid of the webs. I'm going to have to start moving this way to be able to meet Atlach Nacha as she moves around, because if I chase her, I'm just going to be chasing the whole time unless she keeps drawing zeros, and I can't count on that. So I'm going to start making my way around this way. Okay, so I move to here for action 2. When the investigation phase ends, if there's at least one investigator's location, put a doom on it. Well, let's not stay there. Let's move in here for action 3. Very good. So this is the other vast web which means if we can get one of these clues, we can jump between these two, which is an awfully nice portal that helps us be closer to where we need to be. So that's good stuff. So that was move, move for actions 2 and 3. We upkeep. Survival knife. Don't have a hand for it, not right now at least. Beginning of the Mythos phase, we draw a token for Atlach Nacha. -1, so she's going to rotate 1. We haven't rotated her more than 1 yet, have we? Oh, she doesn't rotate, she just moves. She picks up moves here. And drops a Doom behind her as she goes. Okay, so I can get 1, I can get 2, and I can swing on her this turn if everything goes according to plan, which would be pretty sweet. I can only hit her once, though, and I don't have any vicious blows or extra damage in my hand. I do have garrote wire. Oh, I do have garrote wire. I could put her to sleep with the garrote wire. How great would that be? Pretty great. 9, let's see, it's going to be 9 on 4. It's going to be the swing. And I need to succeed by 3. So I'd have to get -2 or, yeah, something. And then my garrote would be 6 on 4. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's fun to think about, isn't it? Okay. A lot before we get there. A lot more row to hoe before we are able to choke a spider god to death. So let's do our doom situation here. We have 1, 2, 3 on locations. Plus 5 is 8. And we have 11 is the threshold. So we go to 9 of 11. And we draw an encounter card. Ah, no, it's caught in a web again. All right. Well, that ruins our plan for the turn. So we're going to have to deal with this instead. I have to deal with this instead. Let's see. Let's see. It's going to move to us, hopefully. Yeah, I'm going to need to move more than one location. I'm pretty sure of it. So let's try and do something about this. We're at 4. We're at 5. I can throw the knife to be at 6. Or I can throw Greta to be at 7. 3 up or 4 up? 3 up seems enough. There are negative modifiers in the bag that are bad enough to beat us here, but 3 up seems enough. So I'm going to try it at 3 up. We're going to commit the knife. Oh, when my turn starts, I get a Lone Wolf resource. Thanks, Lone Wolf. Yeah, so action 1, we're going to try this test. So I'm at 5 fight with Greta, 6 fight with the knife, 6 on 3. -1. Okay, we clear it. That's good. I don't think I move and chase. I think I wait here and let it come to me. I might want to see what this location is first, just to check it and then come back. Or is there anything else I need to do? Other than, like, draw cards. Yeah, to hunt for a few more fight icons. Let's do that. Let's draw. I'll draw action 2. Okay, that's action 2, and then I'll draw action 3. Med student. All right. Okay, so no fight icons, but a couple more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. We're fine there. We upkeep. Still no fight icons. That's okay. All right. Then, at the beginning of Mythos, we're going to draw for Atlach Nacha. There it is. I knew it was going to come eventually. Some big move on her part. -4. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is going to be not great. So she leaves many locations. This is attached. and puts down Doom. One here. What? One here. I've got to be a faster way to do this. Here we go. Here. And when she leaves our location, if there are no investigators at that location, place a Doom. Otherwise, it attacks each investigator at that location. So as she runs past us, she hits us for 3 and 3. Well, woof. Not a glancing blow here at all. Now I've got an extra Greta in my hand, so I can let this Greta take the brunt of this attack. So 3 damage and 2 horror go on Greta, and then I take the 3rd horror. Not that bad. Okay. So Greta is defeated, but I got another one, so we're okay. All right. Rest of Mythos. Now we've got a ton of Doom out now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out on the board. Plus 6 here is 12. So we're already past our 11 threshold, which means this is going to flip. This resets to 0. Okay. Of stars and webs, a light flashes in the distance beyond strands of ethereal webbing, an explosion thousands of light years away. Radiant light ripples throughout the web bridge. The silken threads reflect the luminescence of a shattered nebula. A brilliant shine burns your pupils. When the glow finally dims, the bridge is resplendent with cosmic energy. It is almost over now. Soon the bridge will connect the 2 worlds, and there will be nothing left but Atlach Nacha and its horde. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. So we do. This one is 11 plus 2, so 13. And current on locations, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, not super awesome. We're just gonna have to run over there and hit her is what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to go 1, 2, and then smash with a hammer. And maybe a garrote and see how it goes. That's what's going to have to happen. Did I upkeep? Yeah, I feel like I did. I feel like I upkeeped. So I'm not going to upkeep again. It's fine. I'm in okay shape. Okay, so Doom happened. Encounter cards have not. So still have to draw an encounter card. And it's Obscuring Fog. Great. That is like a blank card for me because I don't care about this shroud value at all. All right, well, here it comes. Let's see if we can smash a spider. Now, as our turn begins, we get Lone Wolf. Then we get to spend Lone Wolf resources on another Greta Wagner. For 4, we put Greta in play. And that is no actions at all. Then we got a move, action 1, action 2. Okay, no problem moving into this location. And that is an additional cost to investigate, so we don't care about that either. So action 1, action 2. And then the moment of truth, we got to try to hit this spider. Fights at 4. We're swinging again at 9. I've got fight icons. Oh, I don't have fight icons because I threw Greta Wagner. Not threw, played Greta Wagner. I have no fight icons at all. So these are just going to be raw tests. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's draw some more Elder Signs and we'll be okay. So we're going to swing on Atlach Nacha with the hammer, swinging at 9 on 4. For action 3. -1 is the good stuff. That means we're at 8 on 4. We succeed by 4. We do 3 damage to the big spider mama. And that means she has has 1 damage remaining. And that means, my sweet, sweet garrote wire. We are going to try this. Exhaust garrote wire. Fight. You get +2 for this attack. Use only on an enemy with exactly 1 remaining health. And that is where we are. So we have 4, +1 from Greta is 5, +2 from Garrottwire is 7. No icons to throw. 7 on 4. If I succeed this test, Atlach Nacha is defeated. 7 on 4. Here we go. -1. 6 on 4. We succeed by 2. We put 1 more damage on Atlach Nacha. And it's over. We, in fact, did choke a spider god to death with a piece of piano wire. That is what we did. And that is why I love Leo Anderson. Because he can do stuff like that. Okay, well, let's wrap it up, shall we? Oh, I forgot, by the way. Having defeated this, it goes to the victory display. Dun, 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 dun. Hooray! And then we advance. Falling down. The creature thrashes about violently as its webbing is ripped apart. The shimmer fades from the bridge's threads. In the distance, the cosmic array of lights winks out of existence star by star. The spider's pained screech is deafening. You're not sure if it would be possible to kill a creature such as this, but you have done more harm to it in destroying its life work than you could have ever done with bullets and blades. Well, I tend to disagree because my Garrottwire is awesome. Just saying. As the woven threads of spider silk unravel, the realm's many suspended platforms of rock crumble and collapse into this endless aether below. You struggle to find something to stand on or grab hold of. Without the support of the web bridge, the entire dimension collapses all around you. With a final desperate screech that echoes throughout this world between worlds, Atlach Nacha plunges into the eternal darkness below. You are quick to follow. R1. We did it. We did it. We did it. So in the following action of this particular campaign with R1, we, in fact, did find a way out of the underworld. We found the tower that leads to the manhole cover that brings us back to the enchanted forest and the steps that will actually get us out of here. So Leo is not stuck in the underworld. He, in fact, escapes, which is great. We go to R3. And he escapes from the underworld and returns to reality. He does suffer 2 physical trauma because of the fight with the spider god, so it's 3 physical trauma total for Leo. We are playing this as a 4-part campaign, which means the investigators win the campaign. We did it, everybody. We did it. Leo Anderson is a winner. Okay, so in this campaign, for this scenario, for the League, each of the spider parts counts as 2 victory points. And that is all you can get. So this Grey Weaver doesn't help us at all. That's okay. We get a grand total of 10 victory points for the scenario, which is the best you can do. So that's it for Season 7 of the League of Extraordinary Investigators for me. This was a great run. It went very well. Leo did all the things that Leo does that I love so much. The one weakness to him was he couldn't evade when he needed to evade in Scenario 2, but I knew that was a liability going in, so I'm not that worried about that. I had a lot of fun. If you've been watching this, if you're my scorer, thank you for scoring me. I appreciate it. If you're just a viewer who has found this video and is tuned in to see some Arkham Horror the card game, thanks for watching to the end. Go back and check out the other videos in the run. They're all a part of a playlist if you want to see those. And I think I'll be doing more of this. Hopefully I'll be streaming some more Arkham of one kind or another, maybe even participating in Season 8 of the League. We'll see. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I appreciate it very much. My name is Gary, and this is the Theophilus Tabletop Games channel. Thanks so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.